Well, what is going on, guys? Back with another YouTube video for you. I'm glad where the channel has come. As you guys know, I do this as a hobby, but man, I just love myself some cars, and that's what this whole channel is dedicated to. So, today, special video for you guys, because today I'm actually in a 2001 RAV4. I love the RAV. It's, America's second best selling vehicle. People love these things. It's one of Toyota's best selling vehicles, and I think I understand now why, having bought one. I mean, I was in the market for a mid-size SUV, something under $10,000 that could be a good city vehicle, go in the city, pretty efficient, but still a bit high off the ground, because with Nairobi, a lot of the roads are kind of tricky, if I'm honest. And if you do get a saloon car or something a bit lower, a lot of the times you're going to find yourself in situations where you're scraping the bottom of the vehicle and you're finding yourself a bit uncomfortable. And so my preference was definitely for something higher off the ground, something that is basically an SUV and has got a bit of fatter tires, and so can handle the roads of Nairobi, especially when it rains and half the roads get washed out. So I was in the market and I was checking out a bunch of vehicles. I'd looked at the Honda CR-V, Toyota Vanguard, but a lot of those were sort of skimming on the edge of the $10,000. But what I'm in today, which is the 2001 RAV4, and this is actually the shape of the RAV4 that I actually like. I believe this is a good aggressive look that Toyota had done that actually came out really nicely, and I actually like it. So this is a 2001 RAV4. It's got the 4-speed transmission and the 1NZ engine. So it's a very reliable engine. Actually, this model year of RAV4, this particular engine was also used in a lot of PSVs, or public service vehicles, or matatus as we call them here in Nairobi. So it's a very reliable engine. And with this 2001, you actually got the 4-speed transmission. So you don't get 5 gears, you are down to 4. And I'm well acquainted with 4-speed transmissions. My Land Cruiser 80 series has one. But you definitely notice that you don't have, that extra gear. You don't have like a 5-speed. You can feel the shifting when it's a 4-speed. But this vehicle has surprised me, and there's certain things that I would go over with this vehicle, especially if some of you are in the market for a mid-size SUV and you're not looking to spend too much. Vehicle prices these days have gone up, but you are in the used car market, and so in the used car market you can find all kinds of stuff. And so this is one of those examples, and something that I would highly recommend, definitely. Having driven and been in this for about 6 months, this vehicle has served me and my wife really well, for in-city driving, grocery trips, quick trips here and there, stuff where you need to be a bit fuel efficient. We absolutely love this vehicle and the benefits of it. So let me actually take you through it and what it's all about. I mentioned it's the 4-speed transmission. It's got a good, reliable engine, and it's comfortable inside. It's got good space. It's roomy. The thing about the RAV4, when it came out, especially in this time, it became one of the most popular vehicles simply because it was basically an SUV. Especially the version I'm in right now is actually an all-wheel drive version. So this car does actually have some off-road credentials. It can actually do well. And the best thing about this vehicle is it's kind of compact, it's kind of small, it's kind of got the footprint of a smaller vehicle, yet it's a larger vehicle. It's a mid-size SUV with an all-wheel drive system. I've got basically all 4 wheels driving, and that gives great traction. And it's super roomy and spacious in the cabin of this vehicle. You can fit a lot of stuff. There's times when I've had to put suitcases or stuff or other things in this vehicle, and they've just fitted really well. So this is a really well-built vehicle by Toyota, and it does a lot of things right. So let me take you guys through it now. All right, so here it is, guys. Just want to take you through a quick tour. As you can see, This is the 2001 RAV4, and as you can see, I actually like this design. Actually, I think Toyota did a good job with this design. You know, the RAV4 that came after this, I think, became a bit softer, but this car was, first of all, a good size. It was actually still a mid-sized SUV, whereas the newer RAV4s have kind of become a bit bigger. It's got the aggressive lights, as you can see. It's even got a good paint finish. This is actually a pearl silver, and as you can see from the reflections, this vehicle has got a proper premium paint finish to it. So, you know, good looking vehicle, as you can see, and as I've mentioned as well, I like that it sits on a bit of off-road tires. We've got, you know, a genuine steel rim, the good old 16-inch steel rims. This particular car is actually running on a mud and sand tire. It's a 215/70/16 tire. So, as you know, as you need in a place like Nairobi, you need to be a bit high off the ground, and that's why I love the fact that this vehicle has got a bit of a bigger rim and it's got a good suspension system. As I mentioned, this vehicle is all-wheel drive. So we have drive to all four wheels, and that gives us fantastic traction. You got good space in the interior. As you can see, we've got some leather seats here, but a well laid out dash, you know, nice looking. Of course, I have put the nice big touchscreen, 9-inch touchscreen over there, which fits pretty snug. But usual AC controls, nicely laid out vehicle. And for a 2001, guys, you tell me how good this interior is held up. I really quite like it. You know, you got the sporty sort of RAV4 dials, bit of a vintage feel to it, but you still have the electronic mirrors, you still have the automatic switches, good space in the rear. And that's something that this kind of vehicle gives you guys, is that you can get it under $10,000 and you get a vehicle that actually is properly functional. Don't mind the noises this door makes when it opens up. It's just got a bit of latch issues, which I will sort out, but check out the kind of space you get in a vehicle like this. Proper mid-sized SUV. You know, you can be functional with it, and you can actually load this car up well, and you can actually take it off-road with these good old 16-inch rims and off-road tires. So gotta love it. And it does look, it's one of the last RAV4s that look like this, with the spare tire snapped up on the back like that. And actually a very functional vehicle and a very fun vehicle to drive. I must mention that some of the things I really love about this vehicle is how easy it is to drive and how functional it is. You know, you can just get in, go where you need to, stop, park where you need to, do your thing, and come back. It's very easy on the kilometers, and you can just do kilometer after kilometer in a car like this. It's got good headlights. The engine stays nice and cool all the time. Alright, so as you guys know, with all my videos, I like to take you on an actual feel of the vehicle. So why don't we get started? Why don't we take this for a little drive? And then I'm gonna let you know why I like this vehicle so much and the kind of purpose that it serves and what it does. So we're in our 2001 RAV4. Under $10,000 for such a vehicle. And what do you get? You get a fully functional mid-size SUV that's pretty decent on fuel, but most importantly, all-wheel drive, plenty of traction, and drives really smoothly, honestly. This is the kind of vehicle that really handles well on the road. Doesn't have too many issues, feels good, goes over the bumps and the little sort of niggles on the road pretty well. Only thing I would ding it for is maybe the sound insulation. This vehicle doesn't have the best sound insulation, and that's maybe because it's coming from 2001. But these are the kinds of things that you can also get taken care of. You know, you can put sound insulation in a vehicle and just be absolutely fine. But the cool thing is, you sit a bit higher off the road. And you know, it's a vehicle that's got proper off-road credentials. You know, you don't need to feel particularly worried about sort of off-road terrain. This vehicle can handle it. It's a RAV, and at the same time, the engine has got decent power. If I can just show you that here. So the car will just get up and go. It's got absolutely no problems. It's a small car, it's fairly light, and the engine has got enough power to just send it flying down the road. Other things I really love about this vehicle is the functionality, the fact that you actually get a lot of space, and so you can actually use the vehicle, you know, for what it's to be used for. Alright guys, so just rounding up this video, I hope you've enjoyed it so far. A bit of a different format, but you know, I'm in a car that I really enjoy driving, and I've got to admit that. And I'm quite impressed with the condition of the paint, considering this is a 2001 vehicle, as I told you guys. 2001, and yet this vehicle is able to, you know, drive me down the road in absolute comfort. Actually drives better down the road than some modern vehicles, I must admit. So the suspension on this car, well built, well suited for Africa terrain. I'm a guy that's about 6'1" in height. I fit perfectly. Loads of headroom, loads of headroom. That's not something that I was able to say about the brand new Land Cruiser 300 series, but yet I'm able to sit in a 2001 RAV4 and have this much space. You know, that just tells you something about the way they used to build cars, the way they used to put cars together. You know, there's something to be said about that. So I believe this car is fantastic, especially if you're looking for something to run around the city, do things quickly. But hell, even if you're willing to go longer journeys or more mileage, this car would do that with absolute comfort, and it would probably fit all your luggage as well. It can fit your family in the back as well. So it's a good old 5-seater vehicle, and if you've got about $6,000-7,000, you pick one up used, and you know, it's still got a lot of life in it, and it's still going to serve you very, very well. In fact, you can pick one up for $5,000 to about $7,000. So it varies. So that's the used car market, and this is a used car that I believe is a great value. It's a mid-sized SUV that you can get into and just have an absolute ball, give you great service, and won't put you too out of pocket as well. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been another episode of MGC. If you enjoyed, hit like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next episode, guys. Cheers.